Welcome to the Coming Clean podcast, the truth about cleaning. My name is Alan Randolph. I'm your host on this journey, and this is episode 15. We're going to discuss the impact of technology on the professional services business. COVID-19 continues to reshape our world, especially in respect to cleaning, both in perception and in reality. And today, we're going to examine the impact technology has in properly managing cleaning services from a professional services company perspective. My guest today has vast industry experience and has been a friend of mine for several years. He's the Executive Vice President of Strategic Accounts at Kellermeyer Bergensons Services, or KBS. Before that, he was an Executive Vice President of Strat Accounts for them and a Senior Vice President of Strat Accounts. Before that, he worked for Urist and Kimco. So he's been in this business for a number of years, brings a wealth of knowledge. Mazen Rihani. Thanks for joining me, Mazen.
Thanks, Alan. Thank you for allowing me the chance to be on your podcast to represent KBS technology offerings.
Yeah, I'm super excited because this is a passion of mine. So you heard my setup. So the first question I have is, in the business of providing specialized services, which is really what KBS does, right? They're customizing services for the needs of the client. It seems that technology is going to play a pretty important role. So what are some of the ways that KBS is utilizing technology today to meet customer demands?
Well, first, let me just go through some history here. Technology has been a key part of our strategy at KBS. KBS has invested heavily in technology, starting with hiring Mr. Zulfikar Rashid as our operations president and chief information officer over 5 years ago. As you know, technology continues to evolve, and KBS continues to evolve around it and around the needs of our clients and industry. With the help of Zulfikar, KBS invested heavily in building an IT team that has been developing and tailoring programs and solutions at scale for our field managers and our office teams. Solutions that fit for purpose and must create value for our employees and customers, not just any solutions, but they have to have a purpose. We placed all these solutions under one platform, which is KBS proprietary KBS Force technology, and place it in the hands of our managers, providing them with real-time actionable data. With this KBS Force, our field managers leverage this technology to solve problems upstream, anticipate issues, and deploy rapid solutions. Our field managers and technicians are provided with real-time on-site data to maximize efficiency, transparency, and cleaning validations. Let me give you some examples. Real-time attendance with alerts for tardiness and no-shows. That's really big for our clients. And not just for our clients, but also for our managers and our field team. Real-time managing budgets and overtime solutions. Real-time escalations and solutions. This is again huge for our clients. Real-time project work scheduling. Again, that's really big for our clients. Real-time deployment of new hires, eliminating all paperwork and wait time for background check results. Also adhering to all privacy policies. Again, this is not only big for our clients, but also big for our industry. The fact that our managers can hire on the spot, not only hire and have them fill out paperwork, but actually be able to tell if this employee is eligible to be hired, eligible to work in the US in real time. That's really key here. Eliminating also wait time. Also access to employees' contact information in case of an emergency. Instead of going through their phone lines, through their phones or through their phone books, they can really access the technology, the KBS Force, and look for any employee around any site that has an emergency and call or contact that employee immediately and deploy them immediately for emergency calls. Also, field managers' time management. That was really huge also for us because now we're eliminating a lot of travel time and windshield time by helping our managers manage their time. Also managing vendors and vendor partners. and many other examples like ordering supplies and equipment while monitoring their budgets. And now we are working with the KBS training department on improving our training programs and using technology to our advantage. This is for all departments and for all levels, from the frontline janitors to the EVP levels. I hope that helps.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. So let's take them a little bit, because it seems like we've got maybe three buckets, right? We got a bucket that's centered around the employee, the engagement with the employee, onboarding, training, contact information, being able to escalate information, push and pull information to the employee, either about their employment, about benefits, about training, or about customer needs. Am I hearing that right? Right. So
Yes, yes.
yeah. So that's really interesting. Then you've got kind of this customer bucket, which is making sure that you're getting labor optimization, that you're on budget, that you can document changes to the scope. Am I thinking right?
Yes, you're right. And also managing escalations with clients, and most of all, which I forgot to mention, managing quality of work with online inspection, real-time inspections, supported with pictures, videos, and all necessary tools.
So then you get, which then kind of leads me to that last bit, which is kind of that the service validation piece, right? So
Yeah.
we kind of start to move out of the, well, it doesn't look like you did it, to real crisp documentation that we performed this scope of work by this employee at this time. And the interesting thing about what you're saying to me is that you're doing all of this inside of one technology umbrella, one platform.
Yes.
Because typically these are independent systems, right?
Yes.
So your HR system would run very differently than your quality system, and wouldn't be able to be, because I think the true insights, this leads me to my next question about where are we going in the future. And I feel like maybe what you're describing is where the industry is going. Maybe KBS is leading this charge, is this integration that allows us to use the data to drive insights about their business. It's not always about cost savings, right? It could be about quality improvements. It could be about some tangential issue that's causing an issue with one service contract that was hidden before we had visibility, so that we can say, hey, the fact that the doors are not fixed and are always wide open, or bringing a lot more load in, and our current, frequency for cleaning might be inadequate under these conditions. Yeah, that's just a bad example, but you know where I'm going is,
Yes.
there's lots of the variables that can impact cleaning. And I think having visibility that comes to that. What do you think? What do you see coming, let's say 3 years from now, from a technology perspective?
Well, again, it's all about really providing high quality service at a lower cost. And really to do that, technology plays a big role in that. From robotics, from sensors, from, again, the technology that we built, KBS Force, and also relying on technology for training and skills development. That's a huge opportunity as well in the future. Testing of technology provided solutions is a big part going forward in 2021 and beyond for KBS. We are looking at building high-tech training programs for all cleaning needs in all facilities, in all verticals. I'm very excited about that, and more to come on that project. I wish I can share more, but we're in the process of building that. So. But again, it's I can see in the future, 3 years from now, of course, with COVID, technology played a big role in electrostatic sprayers and in fogging machines, wiping out all the old technical procedures and processes, and deploying electrostatic sprayers. That was huge in COVID terms.
Yeah, no, and I think it's ultimately what I've contended my entire career in this business is most of the cleaning frequencies, or what we would call the scope of work that's being deployed across, um, whether it's in-house or professionally outsourced, has been developed out of a historical model. It's like, well, we clean when it's convenient, but what I don't think we've done is matched bringing the cleaning, if we're talking about cleaning specifically, the cleaning activities in concert with the way the buildings are being used. There've been some movement to day cleaning, but we still aren't, I've always envisioned that, there'd be some sensors that trigger, and we know, hey, every 20th person that uses this part of the facility in this way should trigger a frequency of these things to happen. It should be based on how the soil load is generated, not cleaning for convenience or the way we've always done it. And so I'm hoping that technology can really drive us to get to the proper cleaning process. But more importantly for me, Mazen, is that process is being applied and executed at the proper time. Any thoughts on that?
No, I agree. And all that we knew about cleaning in the last maybe 50 years, I can tell you in the last 10 months went out the door or even out the window. And now we are forced to think about the new norms with COVID and beyond COVID. So that's why a lot of the stuff and the efforts that we're concentrating on are really what's the new norm going to be for each client, for each facility, and how we're going to really respond to that or be ready for that. Not only that, but COVID really taught us all something that we were not ready for, which is expect the unexpected always, and be ready to adapt to it. And luckily that at KBS and our leadership was, we were all ready for that. We jumped on it immediately. We adapted to the changes. We foreseen the changes not only at the moment, but we foreseen the changes coming in the next 6 months, 12 months, and now we're forecasting in the next year or even the few years ahead of us, and trying to build programs and solutions for what we expect is going to happen in the future.
Yeah, and to the point of this whole podcast, technology is the baseline for that decision making.
It is the base for everything.
Yeah,
it is the base.
No, that's fantastic, Mazen, and I think you guys are blazing the trail. I believe that, in an earlier show, I talked a lot about cleaning science. I think more of not just service validation, but quality validation is also coming down the road in our future, because clients not only know it was done, they want to know it was done properly, but the building just looking clean and smelling clean isn't good enough. Now it has to be safe. And that's a whole different barrier that we're all going to wrestle with.
Yeah, in the past, we used to train janitors on smart cleaning, which is really clean what needs to be cleaned. Again, that's out the window right now, because now you have to clean every inch of the building or the facility that was used, because you want to make sure that it's ready and safe for the next occupying person.
Yep, absolutely. So this has been fantastic information. So how can the listeners get more information about KBS Force? Can they reach out to you? What's the best way for them to engage with you and KBS, Mazen?
The best way is really to go on our website, www.kbs-services.com. Very simple. And click on the link there, and there are a lot of information there about what we expect, what's happening at KBS, what service offerings we have, and about our technology, KBS Force. And also, if they like to know more information, they can reach out to us. One of our sales reps will reach out to them. If they can mention my name, that message will be delivered to me as well.
That's awesome, Mazen. So everybody, www.kbs-services.com.
Yes.
Mazen, thank you so much for taking a few minutes. I know you're very busy, especially in these challenging times in this new year, but I always appreciate talking to you, and I think your insights have been very valuable to our listeners. So Thank
Right.
you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Take care.
Everybody, we'll be back next week with another topic. Everybody stay safe, and we're out.